politics avenue so the best select obi bi as afi and wabe jumadi kese we so like share subscribe to the channel and send be political trending news we are air ko be and Ghana politics avenue so yen any age penesi and mo bedi juma na no mo jumadi we abom and then your political highway no so no in Sembebre any aso akote the age futum see the bebre mo no ebini yes see you know Ken Ofori Ataa a lawyer aba abontin aba exposing the big time the lawyer aba abontin aba pansan no more on OSP tem the lawyer aba abontin aba kan sema any kwan sen ko ka dey go Ofori Ataa ne OSP ho fia o chimachi mo be to see you know with me nim the akoba ya man be yes but to mu say ni pay sen some money ade ade we be kasa we bre o chim say OSP enjoy say all say public na OSP enjoy say all ma public false news OSP enjoy say o twa o montro say Ken Ofori Ataa be no onim Ken Ofori whereabouts no unjai the okay kind no on kind of cre and share public na waka in Sembebre nebini we busu afo me pese beje momra aboso no ye pese momra so no mo me enko na mo am forma so enkotie lawyer no nsama okafa OSP ahomeda obi bia ase
didn't watch him leave. We were powerless. That is the truth. We were powerless. We saw him leave, but we couldn't prevent him from leaving at the airport.
That comment is proven to be the final nail in the coffin for Ghanaians who say they are yet to see any action since the office of the special prosecutor was set up. Since then, pressure continues to pile on both the special prosecutor and the office with calls for a complete dissolution of the institution. The latest in that pressure is a planned protest dubbed Akroma, questioning why high-profile crimes are yet to see the light of day.
The theme for this demo is Akroma. We are marching. We are wearing our red, black. I beg me, I wear my gown like this, and I will go. This guy, yes, I wear the same gown, and I will go and present my case. And if he doesn't listen and doesn't take it, then we'll know the sort of president he is.
Lead convener of the protest, Apostle Abraham Labi Lincoln, wants the office scrapped and the OSP, Kisi Ejabing, to resign.
Let us march. We are marching straight to Jubilee House. Then we petition the president. President, Kisi, we don't hate him. We don't have a problem with all that play. Either it will be dissolved and reformed or sack all of them. Kisi need to be prosecuted. He even said need to be investigated.
Private legal practitioner Martin Pebu, who is backing the protest, wants Ghanaians to join the demonstrations.
As we talk now, there are 15 petitions for the removal of Kisi Ejabing. When was the last time you heard 15? Even, the other persons who are subject to Article 146 proceedings. I've never heard of 15 petitions. So that tells you that there's something wrong.
While the pressure builds, the former NDC Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, Inusa Hussaini, wants Ghanaians to rather support the office in delivering on its mandate.
That people must understand that fighting corruption is a difficult task, and no one must underestimate the ability of people who have acquired wealth illegally to use their tainted wealth to corrupt other institutions of accountability. You must understand that. Now, they also have the ability, because of the wealth that they have, the money that they have gotten through corruption and corruption-related activities, to hire the best lawyers. That makes the fight against corruption an onerous tax. And that's what we must understand. So the office of the special prosecutor does not need condemnation. It needs encouragement.
The protest is expected to start from the Obras Ward in Accra and end at the Jubilee House, where the petition will be presented to the president. Enyunam Haliga, TV3 News, Accra.
Now, still on the Special Prosecutor, Lawyer Martin Pebu has responded to the statement by that office over claims that he refused to honor an invitation sent to him to report to the OSP on Friday. He described the act as shameful, saying the move was made to tarnish his reputation.
He says they invited me for Friday and I didn't show up. That's wrong. So I'm to say they attempted to invite me for Friday and it failed. That's what I should be saying. The notice itself was late. It was on Thursday. No wonder it failed. On Thursday, you are looking for a senior lawyer like me to come to your office on Friday. That's too short. No wonder. Friday, they brought me a notice at close of day. It was around between 5 and 6 p.m. That's when I received the note. That I should come on Tuesday. That is reasonable. So it's unbecoming of Sami Darko to go and say that they invited me, I didn't come. How do you look for me Thursday afternoon that I should appear at the OSP on Friday? For what? What's the urgency about it? So I think this is very shameful to have come from Sami Darko. A lawyer should not behave like that. So I've received the letter. So they brought me a letter, like he himself has said in the interview, that I should come on Tuesday afternoon. And I would be going. Why am I scared? I would not be scared at all. What I said, I still stand by it.
Now, President John Mahama has stressed the urgent need to decentralize the operations of the Controller and Accountant General's office. Speaking at the annual conference of the African Association of Accountants General in Accra, the President said decentralizing the operations of the Controller and Accountant General's department is key to improving efficiency and reducing opportunities for financial mismanagement.
We have the issue of decentralization of Accountant General's departments. We have struggled with this for some years, and I think that the time has come when we take bold action about decentralizing the Accountant General's departments. The Accountant General in Ghana manages the payroll of a nurse in my hometown in Bole. If she reports to work, she doesn't report to work. If she deserts her position, her salary continues to go into her account, because by the time somebody writes a letter to the region sends it to the ministry sends it to the Accountant General, some 3, 4, 5, 6 months have passed. And then every year the Auditor General will flag it and say somebody continued to receive a salary even after they had deserted their post. There's a case of the person who died. I'm sure you heard it in the last Auditor General's report. And the officials of the entity attended his funeral. And yet, after the man died, they attended his funeral. For 36 months, his salary was credited to his account. I mean, that is extreme anyway, but it's an example of what can happen, you know, if we don't decentralize and strengthen the process. And so teachers work in the districts, nurses work in the districts, and they form the bulk of our payroll. I don't see why we can't have district treasuries where their payments are made from, so that if they are not at post, it's easier to be able to determine that. I know that you have this system of validation, and so every month they have to sign to make sure that people are at post. But who really goes around and goes to every single school in my district to count which teacher is there and which teacher is not there? They just validate automatically. And that's how come sometimes we have ghosts, you know, on the payroll. However you exercise them, they resurrect. And so that's something that we need to look at. And I'll give the example of gold in Ghana. We had a free-for-all where we had people called gold traders, and they could go into the bushes and buy gold from our small-scale miners. There are several instances, and I'll give you one example. When I was president, my vice president went to India, and he was talking about the increasing trade between Ghana and India. And he mentioned Ghana's export items to India, one of which was gold. And he mentioned a certain value of that gold. And then lo and behold, the Indian Minister of Commerce also came to give his speech and also talked about the increasing trade between Ghana and India. But the fly in the ointment was that there was a disparity in how much gold was reported to have been exported from Ghana and how much gold was received in India. And so definitely something was not quite right. It just meant that people were under-declaring the weight and quality of the gold they were taking out. We also found a disparity where a mining company's figures of exported gold was different from the gold received by that, exported by that same mining company to Canada. And so this government took the bold decision to establish the gold board and make it illegal to take any gold out of Ghana with stringent penalties. And you won't believe it, the amount of foreign exchange that we get from the gold trade has suddenly jumped so high. It just shows, you know, what greater control of your natural resources can do. And Africa should not be ashamed of it. I mean, the developed countries say they are tired of giving us ODA. Humanitarian assistance has reduced by 40% across the world. And God blessed us with those natural resources. And we must use those natural resources to improve the lives of our people. And so any country that has natural resources in terms of minerals and all that, we must increase our sovereignty in terms of how those natural resources are either exported or insist on value addition for them.
President John Mahama there. Now, lawyers for the embattled Member of Parliament for Pandai, Matthew Nyindam, have filed a motion for a stay of execution challenging the decision of the Tamale High Court ordering a rerun of the parliamentary election. The Tamale High Court on Monday ruled that the Pandai constituency election be rerun within 30 days.
Supporters of both the governing National Democratic Congress and the opposition New Patriotic Party in the northern region were at the Tamale High Court for the judgment. The petitioner, Daniel Nsala Wakpal, and the first respondent, Matthew Nyindam, were both present in court. The court, in a short ruling, ordered a rerun of the Pandai parliamentary election within 30 days. Counsel for the Pandai Member of Parliament, Sylvester Isang, told journalists he has filed a motion appealing the ruling.
We respect the decision of the court, but we strongly disagree with the judgment, and we have already shown our aggrievement by filing a competent notice of appeal, and we've added a motion for stay of execution.
Lawyer for the petitioner, Nick Bakpo Samoa Addo, believes the court was right in its judgment.
The fairness of the entire thing, including the ample evidence that there was complete destruction of the biometric verification system and all that, the only alternative would be to rerun the election. And so we are very happy that the court has ordered that within 30 days, the election should be rerun.
We are prepared to get to the ground, prepare for the election, and at the end of the day, you know what my election director said? We want to set the ball rolling, and the seat will return back to NDC.
In a brief interaction with the media, Matthew Nyindam said he disagrees with the ruling.
I'm not afraid, let me put on record that for a run. You see, if genuinely we have to run, we won't have a problem. But if you decide to pave your way through, because you think that you are in government and you can use state powers to be able to coerce the people to vote for you, that's where we have a difficulty. In any case, he came to court with 41 polling stations. And these 41 polling stations are areas that I won with huge margins.
On January 30, 2025, the NDC parliamentary candidate in the 2024 parliamentary election, Daniel Nsala Wakpal, filed a petition at the Tamale High Court challenging the declaration of the New Patriotic Party's Matthew Nyindam as the Member of Parliament-elect for the Pandai constituency. According to the petition, the results of the parliamentary election as declared by the Electoral Commission were invalid due to irregularities and inconsistencies contained in some of the pink sheets. In the suit filed at the High Court, the former Pandai lawmaker stated that Forms 8A, Regulations 32.7 and 39.2 for 41 out of a total of 152 polling stations contained several inconsistencies and irregularities. Daniel Nsala Wakpal was seeking an order from the Tamale High Court to set aside the declared results in the affected polling stations and a rerun of the election in those areas.
Now, still in Parliament, the member for Efutu, Alexander Penyumalkin, has stressed the need for accessible health care in his constituency to deal with the risk of disease outbreaks. The constituency recently battled cholera outbreak, partly due to absence of water supply that compounded sanitation challenges. Areas like Atieku in Winneba have received direct access to health facilities as the minority leader has pledged to complete similar projects to improve the life of residents.
Of this health center is a fulfillment of a promise to bring quality health care closer to our people. Accessible health care is absolutely essential for any community. We can all imagine the difficulty of a pregnant woman in labor or a sick child in the middle of the night having to be rushed to town because there was no clinic nearby. These challenges have persisted for a long time. It is the reason why this new health center is so important. All projects being constructed for your various institutions will be completed and commissioned. None will be abandoned. It's a promise.
And that's it for the morning news here on TV3. My name is Beatrice.
Of that area, since 96, NDC has won the seat 5 times, and then MPP won it twice, only 2012 and then 2016. So NDC came back and won it in 2020 again. So it is unfortunate that the right thing was not done. So, but I believe, like I said earlier, that is another opportunity for the good people of what you call Pandai to be represented and represent well. Because I don't even see why they should vote for an opposition party. Because that man, he cannot lobby. Who is he going to even lobby to get development for the people? So I think that is a fine opportunity for them to vote for the NDC parliamentary candidate so that he will represent them very well. So thank you very well. I want to greet the MC for Wali Wali and the former NDC parliamentary candidate, Honorable Abdullah Abubakar, and appeal to His Excellency John Mahama that he just try and find a position for Honorable Abubakar. In fact, the man is a good guy and he will represent the people of Wali Wali if you also get something to what you call an appointment. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sani, for joining us and calling from Wali Wali. You can also call us. The phone number is on the screen. Let us know what you think. In the meantime, if you haven't cashed out this morning, you want to do so, dial *439#. Christmas is coming. How about you make some good money? Every day on the show, we give away 10,000 Ghana cedis. Every week, we allocate 50,000 cedis. And we give it to 10 people a day, 1,000 cedis to each person. That's because we appreciate you. So cash out with us. Dial *439#, select option 2 for TV3. And that's how you win big on the show. So dial now, let's do it together. *439#. We've got 10,000 Ghana cedis to give you. Select option 2 for TV3 and win big. That's how we do it every weekday on the show.
Let's go to Techiman now. We have another caller joining us. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us from Techiman. Tell us your name and what's on your heart.
I'm calling from Techiman. I'm Fatao.
Fatao, yes, sir.
Yeah. Please, can I speak the local dialect?
Please go ahead.
Madam Asini, opportunity Yamanya. Mr. Can make a comment about election results, no declaration, not judge in a year.
Me but you
am to you for book of this. So, would you for sir? Now I show you. Now, the teacher and people force you or Marco, yeah, please stay with execution. So, we have a 2020 results. You called Accra High Court, no? You could finally say of execution because they were still having power. They do what they can. And go ahead a year the year. And now in that year, who the only say of execution? Yes, the same judges now know as a measure 2020. No? The same judges now that's true. Yes, on the first one with this say of execution in the year, Juma. Now back on the amount from Yazma. Well, we are still here to know. Obia fan say Obia some chambra. Someone was to me, Amudi Tram for so effort in that other two be yes, maybe a dear may plan as a president who says self execution. A day Juma, I didn't think about Kunan Juma, no way, dear Juma, that I was morning.
So thank you so much for calling in. Just really looking forward. In summary, he's saying he's looking forward to what the judges would say regarding the stay of execution as applied by the NPP against the election rerun in Pandai constituency. So thank you very much for calling us from Techiman and sharing the thoughts with us.
So we have a couple of comments already coming through. Kofi Kwatingamenin Kukru, good morning to you, Honorable. He says, Roland and everybody else, good morning. Eyes clear. Application for an order is not an order. This is an order. If you like it, don't comply. Ni Kpakpo Samoa Addo Esquire. And he puts it there clearly and also gives a screenshot of the judgment and the conclusive part of the judgment. That also indicates that what the court upheld, so to speak, or what the judgment was of the court as well. So we also do have other comments. This one is coming from Mandy, who says that, look, this thing, minority will certainly lose another seat. The way it's coming, that's how it's going to go. If it's coming, it's going. Follow who no road, he says. And then Akasa
should be a bread. I heard media about room paper. So we no more and away. So we go like it, share, subscribe to the channel, and send a political trending news via Airco Babiano. More so much depends on money and bedi juma about politics, Ghana politics, and so on. And I'm team so someone here bedi juma nominate media. I was for send our head the agree. If I show so on some KB and I send me out on Tiasia, fashion comment section or. Yakasa we near here we are waiting. We edit who in Kita with the end of my children. We do be as.